Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of watching my video, this is Regi School of Fashion. In today's video, I will be showing you how to sew a double-breasted waistcoat, which is going to be a continuation of my video on how to draft a double-breasted waistcoat pattern. I will leave a link to the video in the description area below in case you want to check it out after now. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also leave a comment at the comment section so that YouTube algorithm can pick up this video and show it to more people who are in need of it. In case you don't know this, guys, that watching out on my videos is one of the ways you can encourage me in creating more valuable content on this platform. Now that you know, please don't skip those ads, because that is the only way I get rewarded for my hard work here on YouTube. Hope you guys are ready for me. Let's go. Here is the pattern we drafted in the drafting part of this tutorial. This is for the front panel and this is for the back panel. So I use this pattern in cutting out all my fabrics, the fabrics and the lining. So I will start with the fabrics I cut out. So this is for the front panel, 2 pieces for the front panel. Okay, so for the back panel I used lining for the main fabric. Okay, so this is for the back panel. So this is a lining for the back panel. So this is going to be inside of this. Then for the front panel, I cut out lining for this, which I'll be explaining now. So instead of cutting this as a whole, I folded my pattern into 2 because part of the line is going to be a facing, so which I used fabric in cutting it out. So I folded my pattern like so. You can see what I have. So this is what I used in cutting out the lining. You can see. Okay, so this is what I used in cutting out the lining, and I added extra 1/2 inch, which I will be using in joining this together with this. So please don't forget to add your seam allowance when you are cutting yours. So the folded part, that is the part I folded inward, is what I used in cutting this out. You can see what I have here. Then I added extra 1/2 inch as well, which I will be using in joining this together with the lining. You can see what I have. So after joining, I will have it like so. In constructing a double-breasted waistcoat, the first step is to pick the darts, which I've done on all the fabrics and the lining. You can see I have my darts picked on the 2 pieces for the front. On the lining, I picked the dart. On the back panel, I picked my darts. Then on the lining for the back panel as well, I picked my darts. So after picking the darts, the next step is to construct the pocket. So the pocket you'll be having on your waistcoat can be a single word pocket or double word pocket. In one of my previous videos, I added a single word pocket on the waistcoat, but in this tutorial, I added a double word pocket on this. So this is what I have for the double word pocket. You can see how neat and beautiful it looks. In case you don't know how to construct your waistcoat up to this level, kindly check out my video on how to make a V-neck waistcoat, in which I explained how you can construct your waistcoat up to this level, the darts, the belt, how you can attach this to the back panel. So the video has been linked up in the description area below. Also guys, I'm considering making a well-detailed tutorial on pocket words, the single word pocket and the double word pocket, just like the one you are seeing right now. So you can see how beautiful it looks. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. So if you guys really want me to make tutorial on this, kindly go to the comment section and write welt pocket, so that I'll be very sure you guys are in need of it before going into the tutorial. Now that I've cut out all my fabrics, I've picked the darts and I've constructed the pocket holes. So the next step is to join the lining, the front lining and the front facing together. So this is the side and this is the part I will be joining together. So, and this is going to be the right side facing the right side, like so. So you can see what I'm having. So I will hold the two together like so. Then I will stitch with 1/2 inch of seam allowance which I added. After stitching, I will be having something like this. So can you see what I have? So then I will repeat the same process on the second panel, right side facing the right side. Okay, so after joining the two together, then I will be joining the lining and the back panel together. So this is the lining for the back panel. So that is why I joined the center back, so that you'll be able to differentiate between the lining and the fabric. Okay, so the piece that has joining at the center is the lining for the back panel, and the piece that has strap at the waistline is the main fabric for the back panel. So I will be joining the main fabric together with the lining, right side facing the right side. So here is the main fabric and this is the lining. So I will make the center to align properly. Okay, so you can see the armhole and the armhole on the other side. So I will be stitching the armhole together like so. I will stitch on the armhole, the two armhole. I will not close the shoulder line yet, so I will leave the shoulder line opened. Okay, then the side as well, I will not close the side, I will leave the side open. So I will be stitching on the neckline, on the armhole, then on the waistline. That is the hemline of the waistcoat. So guys, I'm done joining the back fabric and the back lining together. As you can see, this is what I have after joining. I joined the neckline area, I joined the shoulder line, and I joined the hemline. So when you are making yours, so please do this step one after the other. Make sure you join the neckline first, top stitch on the neckline, notch your seam allowances, give it a good press before moving to the armhole. So repeat the same process on the armhole, join the armhole, top stitch on the lining, notch your seam allowances, give it a good press before moving to the hemline. So which I did. You can see my top stitching, so you can see my thread. Okay, you can see I used a contrast color. So this is the inside of the back panel and this is the outside. So you can see what I'm having on the outside. So now we will move to the construction of the front panel. So here is the lining. I've joined the lining and the facing together. You can see what I'm having. So this is the lining, this is the facing. So I have two pieces for the front panel. So now I will be joining one of the front panel and one of the lining together like so. So I'm joining it the same way I joined the back panel. The only difference is this is in two pieces. So now I will be placing the lining and the front panel right side facing the right side. So this piece is not meant for this, so this is going together with this. So this is the center front area, this is the center front, so this is the neckline, this is the button allowance. I have a very wide button allowance because it is a double-breasted waistcoat. Okay, so this is the neckline and this is the armhole. I will stitch on the neckline area up to the center front, which is here. After stitching, I will top stitch. I will notch my seam allowance I will turn it to the right side and I will give it a very good press. So after which I will turn it back, right side facing the right side. So after doing this, I will move to the armhole. I will stitch on the armhole area and I will repeat the same process. So once I'm done with the armhole, then I will be closing the center front with 1/2 inch seam allowance. You can see what I'm having here. So I will stitch like so. Then I will cross it to the hemline area, following the shape I have on the hemline. You can see what I'm showing you, like this, then like this. Then I will give it a very good press. So I'll be doing this and I'll be back to show you the next step. So this is for one side and I will repeat the same process for the other side. So guys, now I have the front lining and the fabrics joined together, and this is what I have on the wrong side. You can see how neat it looks, and on the right side this is what I have, and here is the pocket, this is the armhole, and this is the neckline. So this is the second piece and this is what I have for both pieces. So once this is done, the next step is to join the front and the back panels together, and I'll be showing you the easiest method in which you will have your seam allowances inside the fabric. So which means the inside, the wrong side of your waistcoat will be very neat and the right side will be looking neat as well. So the seam allowance will not be showing on the wrong side. So don't forget we have the shoulder line and the side opened. So I'll be showing you how to join the shoulder line and the sides together. So now I'll be placing the front panel on the back panel, right side facing the right side. This is the right side of the front panel and this is the right side of the back panel. Right side facing the right side. So there is a piece that will match each other. So this is going together with this. So this is the armhole and this is the neckline. So this is going together with the other side like so. So once I have the two panels placed on each other, then I will hold the shoulder line of the front panel and I will insert it in between the back shoulder lines like so, inside. So can you see what I'm having? So once I insert the front shoulder line, then I'll hold the two together like so. I'll pull this up, then with the opening I have by the side, I will take this to the wrong side, the two together at the same time. Then I will align the two shoulder lines properly. Okay, so after securing them together with my sewing pins, then I'll be stitching with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So after stitching, I will have something like this on the right side. You can see what I'm having. So the seam allowance is going to be inside. Then I will repeat the same process on the other piece. Right side facing the right side. Then I will insert the front shoulder line inside the back, pull it up with the opening I have by the side. And I'll pull it outward. So you can see what I'm having, and I will stitch with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'll be doing this and I'll be back to show you the next step. So guys, I've joined the shoulder lines together. As you can see, this is what I have after joining. This is the right side, as you can see, and this is the wrong side of the waistcoat. You can see how beautiful and neat it looks. Okay, so the last step is to join the sides together. You can see we still have the sides opened, both on the front and the back panel. In joining the sides together, I will hold the front and the back like so. So I'm aligning the two, right side facing the right side. Okay, so here is the right side for the front and this is the right side for the back. So the two are going together like so, right side facing the right side, and I will open up the back panel like so. So you can see one is for lining and one is for the main fabric. Okay, and also on the front I will open it up. One is for main fabric and one is for lining. Then I will start with the armhole point. This is the armhole point for the front and this is the armhole point for the back. So I will make sure the two armhole points meet properly, right side facing the right side. Okay, you can see what I'm having. Then I will come to the opening I have on the other side of the lining. Then I will be holding the two together like so. Then I will bring it outward. So this will help me in aligning the two together. So you can see what I'm having now. Right side facing the right side. So I will secure the two pieces together with my sewing pins all around. So you can see the waist points. So with the help of the notch I have there, so I will make sure the waist points also align properly. So once I have it pinned all around like so, then I will be stitching with 1 inch seam allowance which I added. So if your seam allowance is more than 1 inch, that is what you'll be using in joining this together. Okay, so I would, after joining, then I will turn it outward and I will have something like this. So can you see what I'm having? So I will have the right side like so and I will have the wrong side like so after joining. Now I'll be showing you how to join the other sides together. When you are doing this, make sure you stitch one side first, turn it to the right side before stitching the other side. So here is the armhole point on the front panel and this is the armhole point on the back panel. So I'll be aligning this as well, right side facing the right side. Okay, you can see what I'm having. I'll make sure the 2 points meet and secure them together with my sewing pins. So you can see what I'm having now. So I will be joining the two together like so. I will turn it all around. So after pinning, then I will leave about 2 to 3 inches in turning it inside out. So can you see what I'm having now? I have all the waistcoat inside this side. Okay, so I will pin. So when you are stitching, those stitch all through, or else you won't have any opening in bringing it outward. So when you are leaving the opening, make sure your opening falls on the lining side. So you can see what I have here. This is the lining side and this is the fabric side. So this side is what I'll be using in turning this outside. So I want to confirm the opening I have here. This is about 3 inches. So which means I'll be stitching from here all around, then I will stop at this point. So I'll be using this opening in bringing this outward. So I'll be doing this and I'll be back to show you the final look of a beautiful double-breasted waistcoat. So guys, this is what I have after stitching the other side of the waistcoat, and this is the opening I left, which I'll be using in turning this inside out. Okay, so now I've turned this. Then this is what I have after turning. So can you see what I have? And this is the opening I left. So can you see what I have? So there are different ways in which you can finish this. You can hold the lining alone like so, then run a stitch on it if you don't mind. Also, if you have a quality hemming tape, just place it in between, then give it a good press so it will gum the two together. Another option is by running a blind stitches on the opening like so. By the time you run the stitches, so the seam will not be showing on the outside, you will not see the traces of the seam. So if you have the function of blind stitches on your sewing machine, you can use it. So if you don't have it, you can do this manually by using needle and thread. By the time you apply a blind stitches, the seam will not be visible on the outside. So guys, here is the final look of a double-breasted waistcoat with U neckline. As you can see, it's looking elegant. And here is the button. So this is the positioning of the buttons, and here are the two pockets. Okay, so this is the two sides. This is the shoulder line. So this is the inside of the waistcoat. You can see the back. Okay, so this is the inside. Can you see what we have on the inside? You can see the lining. So guys, that will be all on how to make a double-breasted waistcoat with U neckline. Meet me in my next video where I will be dropping another valuable content from my wealth of knowledge. But till then, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.